My journey as a born-again Christian started on Saturday, October the 11th, 1997, almost 28 years ago. After being up about 3 or 4 days straight, no sleep, I was a drug-addicted criminal, literally on a binge for this entire week. And I used to stay with a friend of mine where the place, you can refer to it today as somewhat of a trap house. And I used to go there early in the mornings after being up all night. He was probably gone. I'll take a shower, get some rest, and just hit the streets again. So it really wasn't my place. I was not even in a position to have my own place. I was literally a drug-addicted criminal. I was just a street hustler. And I was 20 years old at the time, okay? So I'm 48 now. It's 2025. I'm 48. So we're talking about 28 years ago. And this Saturday, October the 11th, was a couple months shy of my 21st birthday. And I was just gone. I had already had a couple near-death experiences, overdosed a couple times, and my whole teenage life was just full of being a drug-addicted criminal, a street hustler. And the environment that I was in, I can't blame it because there were some amazing good citizens in the community. Both of my parents were addicted to crack cocaine, so this is what I was comfortable with. And my life spiraled out of control at an early age. I started experimenting with drugs around 12. Now, I'm telling this story to you because that moment, which in this book, I wrote a book called The Schooling of a Prophet, and chapter 1 of this book is titled From Paco to Prophet. That used to be my street name, my DJ name, Paco. And I tell this story of how I went from Paco to Prophet. And it was because of a moment I had in the mirror. Now, at this time, I wasn't religious. I really didn't go to church. I wasn't a Christian. I don't even know if I really believed in God. It was just something that I just didn't think about. I knew nothing about the Bible. I really didn't understand spiritual things at the time. And of course, it's not like I didn't hear about God because there were Jehovah's Witnesses, Yahweh believers. There were Muslims. I had been in and out of the county jail many, many times. So you run into all these religions, but none of it means anything, okay? Especially when you're a drug addict, running the streets, selling dope, hustling, living that kind of life. But I had this moment in the mirror. That's what I call it. A moment in the mirror where I just looked at myself in the mirror that morning, trying to wash my face and smoke my last Newport, drink my last beer, and I'm trying to come down so I could go to sleep. And I remember saying these 3 words that changed my life forever. Those 3 words were, Lord, help me. Because I was telling myself, man, I'm going to die, man. You're going to die, man. Look at you, man. You got to do something. Like, you just keep crashing out. Because when you get high like that on cocaine and you drugged out, when you come down, you start feeling remorse, regret. It's just never ending. I ain't going to never do it again until you go to sleep and wake back up, and now you're going to do it again. And that's how my life was from around 12 all the way up to that moment. So for almost 10 years, drug-addicted criminal, point blank, period, okay? Vagabond. But when I said, Lord, help me, something supernatural happened. It was like that road to Damascus experience that Apostle Paul had. Literally, I'm standing in the mirror, no shirt on, my hair long out like Bone Thugs and Harmony. I've been up 3-4 days straight. It's Saturday. I don't think I went to sleep since like Tuesday night. And I'm standing there like, Lord, help me. And boom, immediately something came over me. Now, when it came over me, I was in the mirror, the door of the bathroom. I could go out and my friend's room was to the right of me. And like, I just robotically started walking in there like, what just happened to me? And when I walked into the room, there was a TV. And on the top of the TV, you know, there were some items. And when I went to the top, I don't even know why I went there. I went to the top. This small New Testament was there. Literally, I still have this small New Testament. I remember writing my name in it, Ramon T. Preston, 10/11/97. And I grabbed it, and when I saw it, I opened it up, and it was talking about our Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ. And I just started crying. I was like, oh my God, I'm saved. Now, of course, I had to have some foreknowledge of somebody witnessing to me. And we grew up in a community where there were 7 or 8 churches. And one of my friends I grew up with, he used to play instruments. His dad was a pastor. So I remember singing with them as a kid and going to church, eating food after. But it was never something that I was like very aware and knowledgeable about. But at that moment, I was like, oh my God, I'm saved. And that was almost 28 years ago. My life has never been the same. Of course, since then, I was called into the ministry. I have been married for 22 years. I'm a father of 2, a grandfather of 5. My wife and I have an amazing church that we pastor. We have a faith-based community, a tribe that we serve. I mean, I can just go on and on. Businesses and investing and private equity, all the things that I've done within the last 28 years, all started from that moment in the mirror. Now, with that being said, after that experience, of course, I went to tell my mama, rest in peace to my beautiful mother. I went to find my mama, told her. I never got sleep that day, by the way. I never went to sleep. I was too excited. And I saw a couple of my homeboys that day. I remember them. They was like, you good? I'm like, man, I'm good. You going out tonight? Nah, bro, I'm chilling, man. What? I never went out again. Like literally my life changed from that day to this day. That was almost 28 years ago. Within the first week or two, I ended up moving, and I share this in this first chapter. Within the first week or two, I ended up moving where my sister was, living with a family friend, and I realized real quick that one experience was not going to be enough to sustain me because I had a drug addiction. I had an addiction to a whole lot of stuff, okay? I mean, I was literally a street hustler. That's how I lived every day. And I was a drug addicted criminal. Like when you live the way I lived, like we lived, you wake up every day to get high, to commit crimes. It's just the way it is. And within the first 2 weeks, I realized, okay, I need something. I need some help, or I'm gonna go back in the streets. I'm gonna start back getting high, because I started having withdrawals and I started going through those struggles. And that's when I got this. As a matter of fact, the first Bible I ever started reading for myself was a Bible. A friend of mine, when he found out that I was saved, he was going to church. He let me hold his Bible. It was like a loaner until I got one. And I remember getting it, and I started reading the Bible, and I started opening myself up for what I was reading to become real to me, so that I could see for myself what I was reading other people saw for themselves, if that makes sense. And that's when I unlocked this divine revelation and this supernatural inspiration that has literally sustained me for almost 28 years. Because when you have a supernatural experience, it's no different than if you go to church and you have an experience in church. The message moves you, the music moves you, the praise and worship or prayer, or you get delivered and something supernatural happens. Sometimes that experience wears off. And this is one of the reasons why we congregate in churches, but it's also one of the reasons why you have to show yourself approved. Because one of the most important things that I did after getting saved was picking up this Bible and reading it and asking God to use these words to give me revelation. That is, I need you to unlock what I need for my life, but also give me the inspiration, the impartation. Give me that internal kickstart and strength that I need to fight addiction, to fight depression, to fight wanting to give up, to fight it. And I tell people all the time because sometimes people look at who I am today and where I am today after almost 28 years, and you can easily make it look like it's just a breeze, it's a walk in the park. No, every day I've got to make the effort to pray. I've got to make the effort to stay accountable to people. I've got to make the effort to take the revelation, the inspiration of this word and allow it to impart the strength into me that I need to succeed another day. So I hope this story inspires you. More importantly, I hope it inspires you to get into the word for yourself. One of the scriptures that I used to read multiple times a day, and I have it here, you can see it's highlighted in yellow. This is one of my Bibles, is Psalms 27. Because at that first phase of my Christian life, I didn't have friends. I didn't have nobody. I felt like, man, I'm alone. And I was so scared because I didn't want to go back into the streets. I didn't want to start back hustling. I didn't want to start back doing the things that I was doing, getting high and all that. I was like, man, I need help, man. I need strength. And I remember reading Psalms 27. The Lord is my light and my salvation. Whom shall I fear? The Lord is the strength and stronghold of my life. Of whom shall I be afraid? When the wicked, even my enemies and my foes, came up to eat up my flesh, they stumbled and fell. Though a host encamp against me, I can read it with my eyes closed. My heart shall not fear. Though wars rise against me, in this I will be confident. One thing have I desired of the Lord, that I will seek after, that I may dwell in the house of the Lord all the days of my life, to behold the beauty of the Lord and to inquire in his temple. For in the time of trouble he shall hide me in his pavilion. In the secret of his tabernacle shall he hide me. He shall set me up upon a rock. And now my head shall be lifted above my enemies round about me. Therefore will I offer in his tabernacle sacrifices of joy. I will sing, yes, I will sing praises unto the Lord. Hear, O Lord, when I cry. With my voice, have mercy upon me and answer me. Oh my God, that touches my heart even today. When you said, seek my face, my heart said unto you, your face, Lord, will I seek. Hide not thy face far from me. Put not thy servant away in anger. Thou hast been my rock, my help. Leave me not, nor forsake me, O God of my salvation. When my mother and my father forsake me, then the Lord will take me up. Teach me your way, O Lord, and lead me in a plain path because of my enemies. Deliver me not unto the will of my enemies, for false witnesses are risen up against me, and such breathe out cruelty. I would have fainted, unless I had seen and believed to see the goodness of the Lord in the land of the living. Verse 14, wait on the Lord and be of good courage, and he shall strengthen your heart. Wait, I say, on the Lord. Oh my God, I hope this blessed you and inspired you as much as it continues to bless and inspire me. And I pray that God will touch you, save you, deliver you, heal you, and give you a tremendous testimony to share with the world.